Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're on the YouTube account, going to make some progression, going to do some summons, trying to finish out Scarlet. Thank you guys for joining me a little bit earlier on this stream. I do have a few things that are going on today. So I got my morning coffee. We're going to be streaming a little bit earlier, which will definitely make the progression. Let's see who we got here. We got Dieter here. John is here. Genification. So what's going on, guys? Can we suggest some teams free-to-play friendly for 5 comps, like 36 plus? Crystal level really depends. They have nerfed a lot of the campaign. I think we're on day 9 now of the campaign nerf. So a lot of the teams are the meta teams. You know, you can run a much easier free-to-play friendly is running Maulers instead of running some of like the Mahira Khazard comps because they do cost and they are a little bit more expensive. Dark Blaine's here as well. Geeky is here. Just hit chapter 35 last night. Very nice. So we are trying to do 2 things today. One, we are trying to get 2 copies of Scarlet. With 2 copies of Scarlet, we're going to be able to continue with the engraving. So we're actually going to go ahead and engrave her. We want to get both of these skills up, and ultimately we want to build her out a little bit further for the damage that she is going to have. Other one is a star. So a star has made it into a couple of the Cursed Realm comps. We've seen her in a couple different formations. She does a significant amount of damage. So she is another one that we definitely want to go ahead and build out here, guys. I love her. I know the engraving on her is pretty strong, but we're pretty limited to engraving mats. I was kind of thinking about it a little bit today. When you start getting into further, especially like where Mary's at, chapter 41, it is kind of crazy how tough the stages are, guys. And remember, even at that chapter, I believe, Mary, it got like 10 level nerfs. So where we might see, you know, a situation like this, they're down to 694, guys. Even a couple days ago, they were 707. So we continue to see the stages within chapter 39 continue to fall, while chapters in 40, 41, 42 are just going down mere, 5 to 10 levels, which is almost nothing. Is Titus any good? He is. You do have to keep him a little bit further back. So with Titus, he is one of the only heroes that have crowd control, which is kind of crazy for the Maulers. And also he does have some survivability, but you do have to build him out. So looking even at his furniture, you do have to build him out a little bit more, which, I mean, this again addresses the survivability. Big thing with him is the Mauler tower, guys. What's going on, Raiden? How can I level up fast? Signature items. Signature items is if you get chests. I mean, if you're purchasing chests, other than events, there's not a big push on how to get red chests, short of buying them out of the shop, which the diamonds are not worth it. Honestly, I would just wait to level up signature items fast. If you're looking for primordial and amplifying emblems, both of these, get them out of the shop every day if you need them. When it comes to red chests, it takes time, guys. That's really it. So we got some rare stones here. We'll go ahead and we'll get into the summons. Here we got 8. So we need a star and we need Scarlet. What's going on, Javid? Merlin or Leonardo? So the tier lists have changed a little bit, Apollo. So a lot of players, or the list most frequently, have recommended Merlin. Merlin in a lot of the team comps has been replaced by Leonardo because of the crowd control aspect. So ultimately, it's your choice. And it also is kind of depending on what you have. So if you do have quite a few support heroes, Merlin might be a little bit back. Merlin, does have to be built quite a bit. But Leonardo does a considerable amount of damage. But same with Leonardo. Leonardo does have to be built. His 9 of 9 furniture is super important when it gets, when you start getting into level deficiencies, the damage that it puts up for Leonardo makes a big difference there. What's going on, Devitt? Is furniture 3 enough for Titus? 3 will work, but then again, it's depending on the level deficiencies. That's really the big thing, is depending on these level deficiencies. All right, guys, so we got 8 stones here. Boom! Let's see what we get. We got Lucretia again. We got Mishka. Both of those heroes we do not have at 5 stars, so that is awesome to see a Hypogen hero in there, and I will definitely take some more copies of Mishka. We do use her again for the Cursed Realm and a couple other places. So overall, a pretty good pull to get 2 heroes that we're going to be able to utilize. Is signature item Grez good? Yes. When you're building out Grez, guys, because of the utility within the Twisted Realm, building him out, the further that you build him, it's not only just the abilities, it is also the stats. The amount of stats that you get when you look at the engraving itself, when you look at here at the details. This is an absolute insane amount of stats, guys. 12.4 haste, crit, HP, attack up 16%. The stats alone really make, if you're pushing the Twisted Realm, you have to have them built. There is no option, I guess, to have them a little bit lower. So if you caught the video yesterday, we did do 2 pulls. So we got a copy right there that we just pulled. Also have our another copy of Helios. Still trying to build them out, guys. There is Legendary Plus for Helios. And then I did pull another copy. We got it out of the Challenger store as we continue to build this. So there we go, guys. So we'll add a second star to Zolrath. I thought about doing the engraving for Zolrath, but we're just going to wait. I'm going to build out his furniture. The engraving on him is going to wait. You can use a star and a burst com. Yeah, I've seen a couple. Doing great today, guys. I got a couple things going on this afternoon. That's the reason for the earlier stream. Can you try to beat 39 without Khazard or Zolrath? I probably could. The big thing is if you're taking out a comp like Khazard, Zolrath, so if you're taking out the Mihira comp, you can push it. It just may take a lot longer. So that's really the big thing when you look at the comps and when you look at the meta comps. It might just take a lot longer to get through there. Now, granted, you can get through there. It will just take a significant amount of time. So here we have 3 pulls, still hoping to pull up some more copies of the Awakened Talene. And I'm amazed with the amount that we do. And an elite right there, guys, which is Morrow. Really hoping that it was Scarlet. Pull number 2 gives us just some rare cards. And our final one gives us, again, some rare cards. We have a couple pulls here, 2 in total. First one, just 3 rare cards, so not even very many rare cards in that one. Second one is an elite, which gives us a copy of Movis. That is it. What is the difference between Red Star and Yellow Star? The Yellow Star is plus 30 signature items, nerd, and the Yellow Star, or the Red Star is plus 60, and the Yellow Star is plus 30. Whose birthday? Furry, is it okay to say Furry? Yeah. Are you wondering whose birthday it is? I didn't see anything about a birthday. Oh, it's my nephew's birthday. If that's one, yeah. It is my it's my nephew's 18th birthday, so he's turning 18 today. Kind of crazy because I've known him forever. All right, 20,000 diamonds on here. So let's see, guys. Scarlet, we need 2 copies, and then we're going to look at a star. I'm really hoping that we can get a few copies in here, guys, and a few early copies. So pull number 1 gives us nothing. Pull number 2 gives us nothing. Hopefully it's a double. Just a single again for Scarlet. And 1, it's going to make us use every one of our diamonds, guys. 1, 2, and watch, it'll be a double. Nope, just another single. So now we don't have anything to pull for a star. We're going to have to save those. But that will give us enough to pick up a couple more copies here, which is exactly what we were looking to do to continue to, again, build out Scarlet. So there's 2 stars, and that is Scarlet's engraving. So now we got 1, guys. Who do I stargaze after? Lucretia, Alna, Kaz, and Mihira. Yeah, Zolrath is really good. Depending where you are with Zolrath's build, because you can get him out of the shop, he's not the biggest priority to build. I know he's super effective, but ultimately to burn a lot of Stargazer cards in there is, yeah, it is kind of, I'm kind of on the fence for both of those. Some of the other heroes, you're probably at a point, if you've gotten all those heroes, that you're going to build the twins a little bit higher. You're probably at the point where you're probably going to build Mortis a little bit higher, just because once you get to a certain point, you're doing more damage. Those heroes are going to die out super fast into the Twisted Realm. When you go into the Twisted Realm, they are going to die out very fast. So Scarlet, again, we are really utilizing her for the Twisted Realm. You can see right there, we got all of her gear. And I'm hoping that we're not doing all of this, and then they're just going to go ahead and replace Scarlet, which I'm hoping that is not going to be the case. So there we go. So we got her to plus 30. I think we're a little bit behind on getting her to the plus 60. I think we need 45. We have 32. So we could definitely level up some of the major glyphs in here, which of course is the crit damage, is the attack, defense, and dodge we don't need, but the attack, the magical pierce, definitely allowing her to do more damage, as well as some of the attack speed, definitely. So crit damage amplification, definitely. I'm going to build this out a little bit later. We don't have to do it right now. But guys, that is it for the summon. So unfortunately, not too good on the pulls, but overall not too bad. I mean, we did add a couple stars to the heroes that we needed to, which were good. So close to getting Scarlet Ascended. Need 2 more copies. Going to wait for diamonds for the final select summons. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to pick up another copy out of the Misty Valley as well. Thorin Cheese. So, Chris, a lot of players are super upset, which we'll just go ahead and we'll start right into the campaign. That way I can answer some questions. Campaign, guys, we got all the heroes set. Just going to take time to get through these formations. So, the problem that they're having, Chris, with the Thorin Cheese is with the level deficiencies, the level nerf they did, Thorin is not taking enough damage to effectively be used. So if you've looked at a lot of the players that are in, 36, 37, 38, 39, the Thorin Cheese comp is not viable because of the nerf. The level nerf really makes a big difference. Even looking here, guys, we're 60 or what's that? Yeah, no, 50, 55 levels, which when we got in here originally, we were about 130, 140 levels. It's been nerfed that much. And the other big thing, guys, is we don't know the floor. That is really the big thing, is we don't know where this is going to stop. How are you doing with the Heroes of Esperia? I just hit the 5 teams, Hyatt. So we finally got to the 5 teams within there. So I'm hoping that we can make some progression. So in here, I'm not sure, we might have to change up that team comp. I always look to see if there's flora within these comps, guys, because flora can be absolutely detrimental. But again, with the level deficiencies and the gear we have, it'll just take a couple tries and we should have no problem going through here. Yeah, the Heroes of Esperia, again, I've been doing 3 battles per day. So my strategy that I use, and a lot of players have asked with the Heroes of Esperia, is I do 3 battles a day. The 3 battles a day allows me to get my rewards that I need out of there. After I do my 3 battles, I wait till there's about 4 days left. That is kind of the break-even point. I did go a little bit over last time. I wait till there's about 4 days left, and then I do a major push within those 4 days for the Heroes of Esperia. Even if I have to spend a little bit of diamonds, I am definitely, used to pushing in there. The other big thing that we're finding is, I don't know, a lot of players don't know, depending how kind of in tune you are with AFK Arena. The big thing that's happening right now is because we've had a considerable amount of players leave AFK Arena over the last couple months, players are getting to the Heroes of Esperia. And the big thing is, with a lot of players leaving, there's nobody to fight. And that, unfortunately, is what a lot of people are faced with now. They are finding that there is no one to fight within the Heroes of Esperia, which kind of stinks. But again, there's no one to fight. There's no competition, which again is kind of crazy to think. Yeah, I have no opponents within there. Why do I push so easy? I don't like the campaign. So progression in here is relatively slow. Honestly, I am not a huge fan of the campaign. I don't like pushing the campaign very much. It takes a considerable amount of time, and up until this point, there was no reason to. When it came to the Misty Valley, you actually got all the rewards out of there. So that was kind of the big reason for the push and why we're doing this right now. And you can see even here, guys, look at this. It is a literal traffic jam going up through chapter 39 with all of the players that are in here. It is just stacked on stacked on stacked on stacked with, again, all of these players that are moving through here. Yeah, a star is pretty solid. A lot of players that have built a star absolutely love her. The other hero that I think a lot of players underestimate is Helios. So a lot of players do utilize Helios, and he seems to be, he works exceptionally well in a lot of different comps, especially with that plus 60 engraving. He kind of does have to be built out. Another hero that is support, but does have to be considerably built out to kind of make a big difference. Mishka is the same. Mishka, guys, is a absolute crowd control monster. If you're not used to her, you do have to have, again, this 9 of 9 furniture. So each time a wolf dies, which again, when you're pushing in level deficiencies, the wolf dies relatively quick. Her energy is immediately replenished, attack rating goes up, attack speed goes up, meaning she ults crowd control, she ults crowd control, plus she can ult crowd control. You can actually chain stun. We know when it comes to AFK Arena, most of the players within AFK Arena, it is about crowd control than it is about damage. So a lot of players that are lower into AFK Arena, lower chapters, try to run multiple teams or multiple damage dealers. I usually see Shamira in comps with Belinda, in comps with Kren, in comps with Raku. The game is about 1, support, and 2, it is about crowd control. If you have the ability to lock down different teams, it makes it super easy and super effective when you're doing progression in here, because you have the ability to completely lock down teams. Again, Thorin Cheese is going to do the retaliation against us, but we should be able to get it down. Looking forward to stream. Oh, thank you, Marcus. Yeah, absolutely love streaming, guys. That's why I wanted to, even if we had to do it a little bit earlier, I definitely wanted to hop on here. I love talking to you guys, answering questions. It's very cool to be able to talk about the game that I absolutely love to players that love it as well. Yeah, Javid's in 3909. Be pushing today as far as you can. And most of you know, if you're unfamiliar, guys, Javid is completely free to play. So he is in chapter 39, free to play. I know a lot of heroes or a lot of players before have said, you know, it's impossible to make progression in AFK Arena as free to play. Guys, if you're not familiar with other games out there, AFK Arena is probably one of the absolute most friendly free-to-play games that you'll find. I have played a lot of games over an incredible amount of time, and it is honestly probably one of the, if not the most friendly free-to-play game that I have played. You know, and it's hard to compare with other games if you don't play other games. And again, I've played a lot. I've come from a lot of different games. In this team comp, again, some of it's not going to be everything completely one shot. It might take a couple tries, might take a little bit. And I don't think we're running. I was just thinking in here that we put in the Speedy Lizard, but I know we still also do have this comp as well. The Charizard comp, guys, super strong, but I don't think we have Rowan. I think Rowan's actually in another formation. And I think we already utilized Brutus as well. You can put a couple different heroes. I know it's probably not ideal. We do need some support. Baba Yaga. So we built out Baba Yaga. I know people were asking a little bit earlier about it. So Baba Yaga has kind of worked into a couple different formations that we've seen. So some people are running Baba Yaga with Leonardo. And the big ideal behind that is the crowd control aspect that they have. So offering multiple forms of crowd control, you know, you have Leonardo that is offering some crowd control, and then you have Baba Yaga that does the exact same, that is offering some crowd control, kind of almost building like almost like a lockdown team, I guess, is essentially what it would be. But Baba Yaga, again, has worked in a couple different formations. I haven't seen anyone talking about her being in some of the meta formations, you know, that we're more used to. But it'll be interesting to see kind of over time exactly where she ends up. Biggest problem with free-to-play is the reason I have 5 accounts. If you don't get to work on building many heroes at the same time with a lot of investment. It's real slow. Yeah, and that's it, Marcus, is it's just slow. You know, it is a slower progression to go through here. The only way to really, you know, increase the production or reduce the time that you're playing AFK Arena is money. And I mean, that is, you know, the honest truth. It is the amount of money that you put into AFK Arena that will make your progression faster. And I mean, to be completely honest, that is it. You know, if you're putting a lot of money into AFK Arena, your progression will be faster. What's going on, Andrew? I saw Baba Yaga with Leonardo. Yeah, and that's what I've seen, Blaine, is Baba Yaga does a considerable amount of damage by herself. When you put in Leonardo does offer a significant damage reduction or a damage increase with the ultimate ability. It works very, very well within those combinations. And Aziz is a hero that I love, guys. I always want him to work, but a majority of the time I cannot get him to work, which I don't like. I really wish he would work a lot better. And there we go, guys. So 39-8 is complete, which meaning we're getting more AFK rewards. Yeah, Baba Yaga, it's just honestly, like I said, if you can get, and a lot of players ask about this too, should I go ahead, should I garrison Ainz, should I garrison Albedo, or should I save for Baba Yaga? The big thing to honestly say out of that, guys, save for Baba Yaga. Absolutely, you want to save for Baba Yaga first, because if you get Baba Yaga and you have her, you are going to have that hero for all of AFK Arena. It's not, you know, another hero that you're going to have to garrison 6 times. If you find her in metacomps or players start using her, once you have her, that's it. And just like we've seen with Ainz Albedo, all of the other ones, once you have the hero, that's it. You have the hero. There's no turning back. You don't have to garrison. Ainz you can garrison after Baba Yaga has already left. But as of right now, guys, garrison these heroes as soon as you can. I've been playing since November of 19. Yeah, it definitely, Ryan. If you guys remember, even if you go back, look at you know, the channel history and see kind of where AFK Arena came from, some of the nostalgia. I look back at them every now and then, because back when AFK Arena, we had, I believe they started the game with 12 heroes. There were no celestial heroes. There were no dimensional heroes. There were also no signature items. There was no furniture. There was no engraving. There was no desired hero summons. So even looking back again at some of the team comps and some of the things that I did, you know, kind of back in the day, I ran a total of, I think it was like 6 months. I think it was like 6 or 7 months before I ever got my Ascended Pharrell, which is absolutely, yeah, I should be able to push 39 pretty easy. It just takes time, guys. And, you know, AFK Arena is not a race. I can make it through 39. It's going to take time. A lot of players just go ahead and macro through here, and that's what it is. They run the stages on a macro till they get through 39. Then they do it through 40. Then they do it through 41. You know, if it takes a stage when you're macroing 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, for a lot of players, it doesn't matter. That's really the big thing, is for a lot of players, they will just macro stages, which AFK Arena has not said that you can't do it. But again, I don't macro anything in here. I play it all myself, which, as much as I love playing the game, it is just that. I like playing the game. I don't want to go through and kind of macro everything. So I was waiting for someone to say that. What's going on, Don? Saw the video earlier. So the video that I posted last night about the hero drop rate, that it feels lower at 6x. So Belinda did respond. If you guys don't know, when you hit a certain VIP level, they do give you access to kind of Lilith's staff. So you can actually ask questions of the staff themselves. So I asked Belinda, I said, hey, you know, looking at the stats, looking at 6 times speed, it seems like the rates are considerably lower. They went back and said that after research, after looking at it, there is no correlation between, or wait, excuse me, let me look at it real quick. Because they put a thing, it said there should be, now exactly my thought, if exactly what you guys are thinking or what my guy, or I'm thinking, it says there should be no correlation between the game speed and the summons. So they're saying, again, when they look at that, there is no correlation between running it on 1x, 2x, 6x, whatever it may be, and the correlation with summons, which is per Lilith, guys. I don't know exactly. There should be, and it really brings it to question for me personally when you say should be. Now, it's not saying, nope, no correlation, absolutely nothing, no way, no how, it's not going to work. There should be no correlation between it. Right, which I feel the exact same. There should be no correlation between it. But it doesn't mean that there's not any correlation. This one, I'm going to try our Speedy Lizard comp again because this is not going to work. Zafriel is going to come over. Solus is, of course, going to make us turn around on there. I know, that was my thought, Javid. They're not they're not saying that it is, but they're not saying that it's not. I'm currently building Raku. I'm getting Mahira to Mythic soon, or probably Garrison Prince as well. Do Mahira and Prince work together in a Raku team? They actually can, Marcus. So the big thing is with Mahira, it's a really slow burn when you're playing with Mahira. So a lot of players will utilize some of the other heroes, including using Raku as a finisher. So that's really the big thing, is they will use Raku as a finisher within that team comp. So it does work, and it does work pretty well. But again, that's kind of the... They do use Raku. I have seen Raku in the Mahira comps. The big thing that you want in that comp too is Khazard with the plus 30 signature item, because that makes a huge difference, which we just got absolutely stomped. The whole screen just shook. Look at that. So even at this low of a level deficiency, that is where the immunity comes in. That is where the crowd control comes in, guys. Look at it. Just crazy. I love seeing the teams that just get stomped in here. What's going on, Air Tap? Wow, haven't seen you in a while. Yes, definitely. 7 days till I get my 12-month badge. Thank you for being a member of the channel, Air Tap. I love your little silver hippo there. The 12-month badge is coming up pretty soon. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out a team in here because this is not working, guys. So let's see what we got for our 5th team. And the 5th team is usually always the struggle within here. So I wonder if we could make Scarlet work somehow. And then we're going to need some heroes to take out some of these other heroes. We're just getting absolutely destroyed. Even Orthos, we have him completely maxed out. He is a hero that dies relatively fast. We will see the exact same from him. Again, we're just kind of throwing some hodgepodge in here, seeing what we can make kind of work. And they didn't instantly die, which is good to see. Is Frampton worth building? Frampton does really well. And what's going on, Raphael? We have a brand new subscriber to the channel. Frampton does well, but Frampton is a hero, just like a lot of other ones, needs a very significant investment. That's one of the reasons why a lot of players do not use Frampton. Is he is another hero that does take a very significant investment. I know that the stomp right there, it's kind of crazy with how much damage he does. And he's not even built. I mean, he's not built. He's not maxed out. I need some support in here. Some possible support, some possible crowd control. Because even there, guys, there's the stomp. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, Frampton, exactly. He's not the best, but again, he's not the worst. And he's another hero that does take, again, a significant investment. He does take a significant investment. Even here, guys, we're going to have to figure out something here that is going to work. We have some support, but again, she's not maxed out. We have a star in here. We have double tanks, which could work. Trying to see who else we got. Scrag, I know, which we don't have the immunity right there. Even here, some of the tanks within here, which I've actually ran this comp a little bit. Mishka, again, for crowd control. I'm just thinking, and a lot of these stages, if you look back even historically, were just literally the Thorin cheese. But with Zafriel, I don't think Athalia will lock down Zafriel, does she? I was just thinking that she will not. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to see. I'm at 3912, but level 355. Yeah, that's pretty good. Baba Yaga is useless. Yeah, just came back after a little break. Can only buy the new cards to get the new tailing. Yes, you have to buy the cards. If you just came back air tap, you're not going to be able to do the swap. They had a 30-day swap in there, but the 30-day swap is already over, unfortunately. So you're going to have to just get the cards. Just get the cards somewhere. I know I was thinking Thorin. And not Thorin in the traditional sense. I'm hoping that Thorin can keep some of these heroes alive. Just essentially past that stomp. Look at that, guys. That is crazy. I'm going to have to see what teams work in here. To really take a look. And I wonder if they'll ever make a system where you can just, not even just pop in campaign like AFK Arena Helper, but where you can actually just pop in the heroes you have and it will spit out. We had talked about it actually in my guild. Just putting out kind of a list of heroes based on your heroes. On what? Yeah, that's the problem, Chris. Thorin is not working. And that's where a lot of players are totally stuck. And we know Leica right here is just going to burn down an absolute crazy, crazy fast heroes. But again, with the level deficiency, we shouldn't be having this much problem. But I know most players do run Thorin. We have to look at the non-Thorin. So even here, guys, they ran the Charizard. So that was kind of the first comp that we had in here is what a lot of players did run. So running, but they ran it with Rowan. Rowan is such a very, very strong support hero in here, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, they ran it with Khazard. So even though it was the stomp, this was the comp that they ran. And then the combination was with Brutus. But we can try Hendrik in here. I know sometimes he's not super effective, but sometimes he will absolutely work. The immunity that Brutus brings, guys, is pretty strong. So Entendre, completely maxed out. I think we have her totally maxed out. Minus the engraving, guys. Can't even take a hit. Boom. That's it. Literally not even one. Now I wonder, maybe he'll take a hit. Not even one. Even at a plus 60 engraving. Maxed out, not even a single hit. That's the power of Zafriel, guys. So you can kind of see it there firsthand. Yeah, kind of crazy. I don't, we might have to just start this over. Again, I kind of set the meta teams in here and played around with them a little bit. But I don't see Mahira, again, being even completely maxed out. Even there with Hendrik shielding her because Hendrik doesn't have the immunity. Wonder if the possibility of a star would be any possibility. Because we need the damage mitigation. This is the reason the campaign takes a lot. Won't comment anymore, but I keep the stream in the background. Oh, definitely, you can, Marcus. Yeah, anything you guys need to know, guys, pop it in there. Could you test using Zolrath and Tassi? They should. So if we do Zolrath and Tassi, yeah, so even if we popped Zolrath in here, crowd control, again, I like Mishka, but utilizing Tassie in here. Tassie we have built as well. See, but she dies out too quick. And the other problem that I find here is with Mahira, a lot of times she will turn around right there for the Floral Spectre. So it is the RNG with the Floral Spectre. Yeah, we could pop Leica in here. That's true. Because Leica's another hero, guys, we have built, and we do have a little bit of protection on her. It's a pretty fast team comp, honestly. I'm wondering if, and again, artifacts do and can make a difference to get off the ultimate ability faster. But again, she's doing it backwards with that Floral Spectre. The RNG aspect, because even Khazard is putting the Floral Spectre into, and I think here we did the call. Yeah, for the ultimate ability. Like Iran. Yeah, one last question. If I had some nice background music during the stream, like some smooth jazz. You guys want to hear some smooth jazz back here? One of the things, Marcus, with AFK Arena in particular is YouTube doesn't like the background music. A lot of it gets flagged. I've actually did some, even of the YouTube approved stuff, or even some of the stuff that I paid for with the copyrights. Some reason it always flags the music. I don't understand. Watching some of the old stuff, you were talking about the 12-hour rule, or like playing on time and get the mythic gear. As far as I know, Awesome Gamer, it still does work. I know Javid has used that forever. As far as I know, that has been something that Javid has done for a number of years. And again, as far as I know, it still does work. It still does work very well. See, I don't want to get frustrated, because I think it's just going to be a matter of time till we get the RNG to work within here. And again, we could change Rosaline a little bit, but I know the team works. I think it's just the Brutus immunity is Zafriel's going to have to just dump a lot into Brutus. Yeah, exactly. That was the problem, Marcus. I even added music to some of the shorts. So AFK Arena has actually wanted us to do a couple shorts. If you've seen, I've done use my 5-team comps, no Thorin, and you'll push. Yeah, I think, again, one of these teams, I could have swapped out some of these heroes, like swapping Rowan in here. I don't even know if we need Brutus in here with the team comp. There definitely could have been some that we could have changed. Some that we could have changed in here that would have, I feel like we could have made a really big difference in here. Which again, we're getting that Floral Spectre in the exact same spot. Boom, there it pops up. The Floral Spectre is just taking all of our crowd control. Wonder if putting Zorath here, it'll move it. Yeah, we might have, let's go back and try it again. So I'm going to swap out. This one actually calls for Brutus and Rowan. That is the way that they finish this. Again, not using the Thorin team comps. Because remember, Brutus is going to have the immunity. See, Zafriel stays up front. Everything works out perfect. That's the big reason why a lot of these stages, it's kind of built a very specific way. Because of right there. I play music in another. Yeah, I could put up some music. But again, YouTube had a lot of problems with it, which is kind of crazy. Pushing 39 hard, a few days, Thorin cheese does nothing. Yeah, so that's it. Felix Sun, the Thorin cheese has been kind of phased out, and because they've changed quite a bit, and they've actually they've lowered the level deficiencies so crazy high. It seems like we've just phased out a lot of stuff that it has phased out a lot of the Thorin cheese. 3 days. If you got anything, it's restart. Yeah, so every 3 days you get loot, and that's it. I think it's push one stage and then rinse and repeat. And again, guys, some of these stages, just like this, takes time. Takes time, takes RNG. This is the reason that I never, really solid push through the campaign nonstop, because of the time it takes. 12 hours is how long you meant to wait for the mythic trick. I think that's what... Yeah, I think it was 3 days. You must switch Rose with Khazard. So the other winning formations have the opposite. Have Khazard in the top. This one looks like it's going to work. Maybe we can get a few more alts off. Khazard almost got it down. But Rose didn't die, which was good. And it's interesting because now the Floral Spectre just shows up in a different spot. So it makes it really easy because now it is in a different spot. Want to see some faction account? Yeah, faction accounts, guys, we should be able to make it pretty far. We made it to 30, I think it was almost 38 with the faction accounts. They've been doing some solid progression. Mauler's, the last faction push I did was with Nemitsu. That got destroyed. Nemitsu is not enough to keep the teams alive, honestly. As much as I would love to see it, they do not have the ability to keep the teams alive. Just Ainz it, yeah. Ainz is a hero, guys, that just destroys it. Yeah, Thorin... 183. Thorin is the ultimate RNG, guys. When you look at a game like AFK Arena, Thorin is the RNG. Really. So the other thing they were talking about, Chris, is not only did they nerf the levels. So a lot of things even within here is the overall combat rating. So even if the heroes did go down a significant level, they said even within those levels, some of the combat rating have dropped as well. So where you just might be seeing, I have 183 level deficiency. Well, at 183 level deficiency, the enemy's combat rating might be lower as well, which again is kind of twofold if that's the way they're doing it. But again, it's kind of interesting to see exactly what's going to work and what team comps are going to work. So once Kren ults, guys, that's usually game over because he does that smoke screen effect, which is awesome. There we go. Changing up a little bit of the team comps, just made it work. Do you know, Kazma? Yeah, absolutely, fully. The account is insane. There's a couple. We have a couple in our guild that have almost every single hero max. I know Julius, I believe, is the first one that is maxed. He is 100% maxed, having all of the heroes maxed out, having all of the signature items maxed out, having all of the engraving maxed, which if you guys are over on Reddit, you've seen his account. He has everyone maxed out, which is insane. And a lot of it, guys, the other big thing in AFK Arena is levels. That is the reason why we have pushed and pushed and pushed to make, have more and more levels to actually make progression for levels. It's really important for the damage. I mean, even now, if I was on 515, if I was on 530, 540, 550, this would be infinitely easier to get through just because of the sheer levels. So when I look at some of my guildies and they're on level, 610, 630, 650, 680, of course they're in chapter 42, 43, 44 because they are incredibly, incredibly leveled. Yeah, Thomas, he has everything maxed out. He has all the engraving maxed out on every single hero in AFK Arena. He is, I believe he's at max level, so completely maxed out 100% on level. Max engraving on every single hero, which again is just crazy. I mean, to me, that's absolutely crazy. Maxed engraving on every hero. Not some of them. It is maxed on every hero he has. I know players with less level deficiency, same comp that works perfectly. Yeah, and a lot of it, again, is just the team comps. And a big part of the Thorin cheese, and I know most of you know, a big part of the Thorin cheese is, of course, the ability to the enemy team comp. So if you're looking at, the Thorin cheese and you're facing a team comp that is very heavy burst, Thorin is going to work a lot easier and a lot faster. And if you look at a team comp where you have more of this kind of formation, where it's a lot more support, it's a lot more shielding, the Thorin comp will not work here because they're not doing enough damage within there. So it's kind of again dependent on the heroes that you have. Is Damon still good endgame? Not used as much. The big thing with Damon is when you start getting into endgame, he does work in some formations. Again, nerd, it is very dependent on the team comp that you're fighting. If you're fighting more of a support class, Damon will work. Damon will work in there. If it's a burst team, a lot of times Damon will not work. So again, dependent on who you're playing against, really makes a big difference. Is Damon still, or no, what was the other one? Is it better to go for Arthur or Baba Yaga? Arthur, you can get out of the shop. Baba Yaga, we're still kind of waiting, Awesome Gamer, to see exactly where she lands for kind of the effectiveness. A lot of players, just with her being relatively new, she's went into a couple team comps, but similar to, like a situation with Leonardo, it's kind of dependent on where they're at, which again is kind of interesting, but it's also kind of dependent on replacing hero for hero. So right now, most players are running Leonardo da Vinci, and most players are running that hero specifically within the Eins comp. So if you're looking to change formations and you take Leo out of the Eins comp to run with Baba Yaga, are you just kind of swapping meta for meta? I'm curious to see how much money. So in the terms, Devin, of what he's at for the VIP level and having everyone kind of maxed out, they've roughly said, looking at there, is between probably $300,000 is what has, people have kind of built up. And there's a way to do it to kind of look, I think this is the identical team comp that we literally just fought in the last stage. But based on VIP level, you can get a very rough estimate of where they're at purchase-wise, depending on the points they have within the VIP level themselves. So I think it was around 30K, which in my opinion is kind of crazy. There's a point where, AFK Arena is not going to be a thing anymore. And it's kind of, it's going to be interesting to see exactly where the game goes in the future. We've talked about it before. I didn't know Da Vinci. Yeah, so Da Vinci goes into the Eins comp, just like you've seen right here, Levi, right here, because he provides crowd control and he provides a big, big damage boost for Eins. For newbie, I collect materials for Baba Yaga or maybe take Eins. I, just like we said earlier, Garby, I would go ahead and pick up Baba Yaga because Baba Yaga you're going to have forever. When you look at the dimensional heroes, you are going to have those heroes. You're going to possess those heroes forever, where you can borrow and you can garrison Eins at any time that you want. Baba Yaga you're going to have forever. And essentially, if she goes to some meta comps or if a lot of players start utilizing her, now you're going to have to pay for Baba Yaga as well, where you could have just gotten her for free. That's really the big thing. Yep, take the new dimensional, and then garrison Eins. Once you have the dimensional, you can always go back. You can always garrison the heroes. With the new heroes, you will have forever. The trick for Thorin Cheese setting him up to have 2 ults, then retry. Yeah. And similar to this stage, guys, this is, again, the exact same formation that we just faced. It takes time to get it down. But you can also see the level deficiencies here are getting a lot higher. I mean, we were at, what, 50? Now we're at, what, 100? And it goes up significantly, 100 plus. Which should I garrison next, Ezio or Queen? Yeah, Thomas, I would go with Queen. When you look at that dynamic, it kind of goes... Number 1, Eins, followed by Albedo. After Albedo, most players go to Prince of Persia because of the crowd control. After Prince of Persia, most, as of right now, go to Queen. Switch Khazard for Leica. Khazard Ice. Switch Khazard for Leica. We already used Leica. So again, the Brutus immunity in here... Look at our little bats. I love seeing Mahira's little bats. Yeah, Leica we already used. Which I like Khazard in here because he doubles up Mahira's Mesmerize. Again, this is another formation that we just literally fought and we just beat this team with this formation that we're dealing with right now. So it hasn't changed very much. Just have to get some of the lucky RNG to get it down. The bats are probably not going to kill it, but that was very close on that one. We'll be able to get it. And again, these are stages that it's not going to be we won every stage in the first shot. It is going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of RNG to get these down. And I know that. I know it's going to take a little bit. Even in this one, the old stages, everyone within here always used the Thorin comp. And the Thorin comp on here, I like the Thorin comp, Walter. The big thing is it just absolutely takes an incredible amount of time to get the Thorin comp to work. I played for around 3 weeks. I have Legendary Awakened Talene, Garrison, Eins, and Albedo, Damon, and Leica. That's a good combination. One of the big thing, Awesome Gamer, is I would add in there to that team building Rowan. Guys, Rowan is such a strong hero. Graveborns are such a very strong hero. Which, yeah, we could try. I was thinking with Raku. Raku, I think, is in our other team. But Raku does an incredible amount of damage, guys. So swapping out, who do we got? Mahira, Raku, Leica, and Treznar. Wow, even bringing out the Treznar within the formation. We're going to have to... I almost have him to the plus 20 signature item. We'll just throw... You know what? I was thinking the Divinity, but I don't like... Let's go with the Shroud. So what do we got? So Mahira and Raku. So we'll have to drop Raku out of here. So Mahira, Raku. I love trying new team comps. I think it's really cool. So Mahira, Raku, Leica. We don't have Leica. Rowan we got. And then Treznar. Again, Treznar. He's a hero, if you guys are not familiar with him. Within the team comp, we can actually swap Brutus in here. And I'm thinking Brutus would help just for that immunity piece. Redo and use Grez Ulna. Yeah, we could use Grez Ulna. I think, again, with Brutus that we could probably... We can make... The team that we had in here, we know works. We literally just seen it work a couple stages ago. So we know the viability is there. I just wonder if we can get Brutus away from Raku. See, that's the craziness when it comes to building them out or actually seeing the power that Zafriel has. What's going on, Noob Sucks? Noob Sucks at MC. Very nice. Kind of funny, at least. I have Odin, Silas, Grez, all my furniture wish list, and they're 2 away from 9 of 9. Yeah, that'll help a lot. That will absolutely help a lot. Again, the other team comp we see in here, guys, is, of course, the Thorin team comp. That's what most players do run in here, which we can always try. Thorin, Lorzen, which, again, the amount of damage they're putting in here. But in the back, they actually ran a combination of, I think, Kelthar. So running Kelthar in the back, which we know is a staple for this team comp in particular. So running Kelthar in the back, they also had Aziz, which is a big mana battery. Then they ran Leica in here, but again, we already used Leica. Some do use Pippa. It's for real, guys. The incredible amount of damage that we do within here is kind of crazy. I know Thorin, I think we have him built out. I hate the Thorin cheese. I honestly, I dislike the Thorin cheese, but a lot of players on here run the call, so we'll throw the call on him, again, allowing him to take more damage, removing 2 pieces of his gear. In here, they're actually running Lorzen, and they're running him with the blade, which I guess would work. And then Aziz, they're running with the call, which works. Kelthar, the exact same. They are running Kelthar, which I'm not sure if he has any gear, which he does. We're running this with the call as well. We can take it off of the twins, since we're not utilizing the twins in here. And again, just trying these RNG groups until the RNG works. What is the minimum investment for Hodgkin? Hodgkin is a really big buffer. If you guys have not seen, Hodgkin I've built up quite a bit. This does not really make that big of a difference. You know, that they're doing more damage. The damage Hodgkin deals to an enemy, that isn't everybody, but I believe it is his furniture. Or maybe it's not his furniture. Maybe he doesn't even need it. Because I know he has the Jolly Roger, which does the buff. And then he also has the crowd control. The Rowan Brutus Mihira. Yeah, it will. We've seen it, Drew, that it does work. And it will work with the stage. Running the Mihira comp. That's what they ran on AFK Helper. Was that comp particularly. Best team is Isabella, Damon, Rowan, Grez, Lucretia. That's a good team, Luca. It definitely works. The optimal investment for him, if you're talking about, yeah, for most heroes, guys, it is the more the better. So, you know, when you talk about optimal investment, kind of what is going to work the best for him, most of the time, like I said, it's the more the better, depending on the stage. The further that you're progressing in AFK Arena, the stronger your heroes are going to have to be. And that is just kind of a given. The stronger they're going to have to be. Wanted to ask why the YouTube videos are bad quality. It's not like crystal clear. So the videos play in 1080. You might have to change the settings because I have to do it as well. The camera's only 1080p. That's it. So I can't upload in 4K. There's only a different. But I know YouTube will set the video quality based on what you're using. So if you look in there, a lot of times the videos will be downgraded depending on what you're watching. Like I watch mine in 1080p on my computer, and they come out, they're pretty much crystal clear for the most part. So I'm not sure because we upload them in 1080p as well. We don't have a 4K camera. I could get one in the future, but ultimately 1080p is what it records in. Also, the big problem is the file size, guys. Even when Javid was making out some of our intros, a lot of it does make a big difference. When you look at a 1080p video and you look at a 4K video, the 4K video is absolutely a monster size when you compare it to a 1080p video. Even downloading, for instance, if I do, I know you're playing at 1080. Oh, yeah, I don't know then. Because ultimately, if I do a video at 1080p, and then I do a video at 4K, The 1080p will take usually, 3 to 5 minutes to upload. It maybe less. It's relatively quick. If I try to upload in 4K, it's absolutely 2 hours, which I have a really, really fast internet connection here, which Thorin cheese, guys, boom! There it is. 1.22 billion Thorin cheese worked. Yeah, I'm not sure where the foggy comes in. I'm not sure if it's the lighting in here. I think, honestly, it's probably the camera. I have a little Logitech camera, so I think it really makes a big difference if I got a upgraded camera. I've seen some of the cameras, guys, that are big standalone cameras. And again, a lot of times it also does have problems with the bandwidth. When I'm streaming and recording, sometimes it does have problems with the bandwidth itself. Which this one, again, we should be able to get this one, I'm thinking, relatively easy. Dealing with Kren. If you can get Kren to alt, guys, he's pretty tough to deal with. If you can get this little guy to alt. I know I do have to engrave him, definitely. He needs a lot more built out. We can actually add this in here as well. Saurus is a hero that I love and we've built, but most of the time he does not work. Yeah, many of you know, guys, I do not like the cheese. I do not like the Thorin cheese. It just takes an incredible amount of time to get the cheese done. This one, again, I'm trying to get Kren to alt. There's the crowd control. There's Kren's alt. Brutus is still immune. 403 million damage. Might have to change this one up as well. Finally got 5 ascended heroes. Very nice. Qualrec, who do you have ascended? Stream quality is 1080 and the screen is better. Huh. I wonder if it's just AFK Arena. We could drop... We still have Raku. I do love Raku. Raku is just such a monster. Because unlike Kren, he does provide a considerable amount of crowd control, which I think is one of the big differences in there, is the crowd control. Yeah, I don't know. I can look at it and see. Some videos are 1080p, but the quality is so better than other videos. It might be, well, depending if you're looking, Apollo, at my videos. If I screen record with my iPad, it's entirely different than if I record on my computer. It's literally an entire different process with a screen recording. So I'm not sure if some of the ones might be because they're screen recorded on an iPad. Again, it's an entirely different process on there. Do you think Tailene is better than Ainz? No, absolutely not, guys. They're absolutely, I'm hoping maybe Rowan can hold it down for a minute. Very tempted to get E60 Arthur whenever. It'll help a little bit. The problem, Geeky, is when you start getting into different level deficiencies, Arthur is not effective. Arthur, even in a lot of teams, is not even in formations anymore, which is kind of crazy that he's even to the point where he is not in formations anymore. A lot of players, again, have dropped out. I mean, honestly. And I really feel like we need Kren to be a little bit stronger in here. It seemed like it was working better running Arthur in here. And a lot of times also, if you take off the auto, because Raku will just do monster damage, and just let Raku actually do his damage. I don't like where I have him in the formation, because if you're using buttons, but Prince of Persia is pretty good too. Rowan, Damon, Sophia, Isolde, and Namora. Yeah, that's a pretty good combination. Rowan is good. Damon is good. Sophia, Definitely different team comps. Isolde and Namora. Namora does take a considerable investment to kind of get done, but it can definitely work. And I hate fighting Verk. Cetrina as well, just because they minimize the healing that we're doing in here, which again can make a really big difference. Put Aziz and Prince with 2 blade artifacts. Yeah, we can put in Aziz and Prince, or Ezio. Because we have both of them? Oh no, he was in a formation? He's already been in a formation. We can bust out Yukio. We always got Yukio. But even here, oh, we still have the regular formation, which this... Always go to the old trusted, because we do have our regular formation, which I'm hoping again is going to do a little bit better than we seen last time. Because I think crowd controlling this team, I know with Wukong, it can be a little bit difficult in there. But I think we can get it down. I didn't even think of Charizard. Because of it. Yeah, that's what I thought that it might. Nara on Verk. There we go, guys. So another stage is completed. So that brings us to 39-17. It's not too bad. We were on 39-2, so that's 15 stages today. Think we can do a couple more here. Yeah, I know Namora's a little... Namora with the Beguile ability, a lot of people do cheese her abilities in there, which is cool. But definitely some good progression, guys. I mean, if I can finish out 20 stages, again, we're going to be recording this off of camera as well. I definitely want to make some progression. New Misty Valley is up, and if you guys have seen, they've actually shortened some of the time within the Misty Valley, so you actually don't have to wait, I believe, so long. Javid was talking about it earlier today, but I haven't had a chance to check it out. And here is a Flora stage, guys. Have to bring Flora down as soon as possible, which is lucky because we got the immunity. Very nice. So that brings us to 39-20. And already look at the level changes, guys. 630 right here, and we are on 515, so 115 level deficiencies, which scales up pretty quick. I mean, when we started, we were at, what, 50? So now you're looking at 115. So going up 65 levels. I believe it was around 50. So going up about 65 levels in 18 stages. Again, it is kind of crazy for the progression scaling, but that is very cool to see. So we definitely picked up some diamonds in here, which we need because I want to try, there's 3,000. Since we got Scarlet, I want to try to pick up a star. A star is one that we want to get up to Ascended. Very close, so we'll pull a Wilder in here, which is Iran, so another copy of him. And I'm hoping, again, we can pull one copy out of here, which is just some more rare cards. But that brings us one closer, guys, to getting a copy. Actually pulled a pretty decent pull earlier today, but just some rare cards on there. So Stargazer, we've used all of our cards. Temple of Time, guys, we have 254 cards. How good are Mishka and Raku? Mishka and Raku go together very well. The big thing is Mishka, with the furniture, will provide multiple forms of crowd control, which gives Raku time to damage. Plus, they also do get the Wilder bonus. So when you're looking at Mishka, she is a hero, absolutely, guys, if you're building her out. The 9 of 9 furniture in here makes a big difference. We've also seen Mishka into a lot of the Twisted Realm comps. We're actually at 12 right now, which is good. This is going to be over today. We are getting Stargazer cards. We were up here, which gave us Temple of Time. We actually made it to 6, I believe. We were at about there, but we've gotten pushed down a little, which means that we still need to make a lot more progression within the Grotesque Mage. Yeah, Mishka and Scarlet, I have select summons. Yeah, definitely, guys, build out Scarlet. Like we had said earlier, she is a really big priority because of the Twisted Realm. The faster that you can build her out, the stronger you can build her out. Forgot to do our furniture summons here for the Oak Inn. So we definitely want to build out a couple more, including Walker. We want to build out a couple more rooms. But we did pop, I believe, Baba Yaga in here, which we did. We also do have Scarlet in here. We have Little Peanut in here. We have Mishka trying to finish out a lot of these. We also do have Helios. Helios, again, very big when it comes to the engraving, when it comes to the furniture. Everything with him is very big, guys. And Jay, we have another subscriber to the channel. Thank you for the subscription. We are almost to going on 23,000, which is kind of crazy. 23,000 subscribers already to the channel. So couple pulls here, hoping we can get some mythic furniture, hoping that we can get some Scarlet pieces, which the first one is for a star. And again, I am going to save all of my cards to get Scarlet up to that 9 of 9 furniture, which is the big priority, guys. Another piece there for Namora. So that will put Namora, I believe, almost completely maxed out. That gives her the 8 of 9. 9 of 9 with the Beguile. We'll be able to utilize her, which we're getting close, guys. We are getting really close to having her done. Same with Athalia. 2 more and Athalia's done. Zolrath we want to build out as well. Kalthar we do use. You just seen it in the Thorin Cheese. Mishka we're building. Baba Yaga definitely. Saurus I like, but I feel like we're going to have to replace him with someone. Just for the simple fact there's a lot of other heroes that we utilize quite a bit more. But we have a lot of 9 of 9 furniture. I'm thinking to go with Albedo, just because we know Albedo Ainz is going to go hand in hand. If we can get a little more viability out of Albedo, I feel like it will work. And even here, most of these, we don't have Wukong. Zephyriel will have 1 day. Tailene will probably have 1 day. Here, we were building out a little of Mahira, because again, we use Mahira for a lot of the different team comps. And then here, almost everyone's at 9 of 9. We have Joker a little bit. We have Albedo. But most of the regular heroes are pretty well built to the 9 of 9 where we need them. So we're getting a lot of completion. You know what? Let's put Brutus in here. Brutus's furniture, if you're utilizing Brutus for the immunity factor in there, his furniture actually does pretty well. Increase the duration of his immunity. Immunity, again, in AFK Arena, wins battles, guys. It is really probably one of the biggest things that wins in battles is the immunity and the crowd control. Those are the 2 biggest things, which I believe at Tresnar, that might give us enough to take him to a plus 20, which is good. Can you explain the use of doing hellscapes? So the hellscapes is just all about loot. So there are specific heroes within the hellscape that provide different damage levels. Really, it is, this one's just a team. Isolde Grez, absolutely. Isolde doing an insane amount of damage in here. And the big thing is the rewards, guys. Getting Twisted Essence, getting Poe coins out of here. And then when you start getting into the Cursed Realm, if you've hit that point, again, it is the rewards, guys. If I'm getting Stargazer cards and engraving mats out of here, absolutely. The use of doing the hellscapes, guys, Penguin, it's free loot. That's really the big thing. Move Baba. Oh yeah, we can move Baba Yaga. I know for a lot of people the OCD factor. When I get a hero maxed out, so right here we have Walker, and then we do Baba Yaga is maxed out. When they're maxed out, I do move them to the respective buildings as the maxed out heroes. There we go. So we know everyone that is in any of our other buildings are completely maxed out. Now we do have our Wilder building. So once Walker's is done, I will move them over to Lightbearers. Same with K-Sauce. But overall, guys, we have a majority of all of these heroes maxed. So we know we have 2 down here with Hogan. And what I've been doing, and if you have 60 ascended heroes, it is one of the big things in here. If you have 60 ascended heroes, you can actually recycle a lot of the food you have in here. Even here, we have all of these heroes maxed out, which are down here in the bottom. Here, the same. We have copies of Iran. Iran is already maxed out. So again, we can use a little bit of food in here. So we have Ogi, which we have 1, 2, 3. We don't have anyone else to use in there. But here, Graveworn. So my thought is Graveworn is coming next. So we seen Dolly talk something about a partner to Thorin. So I believe it is going to be a Graveworn hero that is next. We're sitting on 2 pieces of food. But again, if you have 60 heroes, you can go to the rickety cart, you can retire, and you can actually go down here to our light bearers. We have double Hogan, so if we have triple Ascendant, I'm going to retire this. Big thing is, guys, right here, we're wanting the essence, we're wanting the guild coins. We'll retire him, which means that we can come to the store and get more stones and also get more Twisted Essence. So I'm buying out my Twisted Essence, I'm buying out my stones, both of those. Can I do a full tutorial on the Thorin cheese? The Thorin cheese is just RNG. Honestly, that's the big thing, is the RNG aspect of the Thorin cheese. Some players will run the Thorin cheese 15 times. Some players will run the Thorin cheese 500 times. Some players will run it 1,000 times to make the Thorin cheese work, which again is kind of crazy. See you later, Levi. Have a good day. Which one of Dur's artifacts are the best for Mishka? Yeah, the call, again, the ultimate ability is what gives Mishka the damage. So looking at Mishka being a tank, some players do run Mishka with the call, the waistband. The tanking artifacts work well, and depending on the formation, the barricade can work well as well, again, depending on the heroes you have within your formation, which is, really dependent. Yeah, Thorin cheese is really matching up the team comp. So that's the big thing, just like what Trisha said. The big thing with the Thorin team comp is knowing what heroes it's going to work on. If you have more of a crowd control team, the Thorin cheese isn't going to work. If you have more of a burst team, like what we just seen with heroes like Zephyriel, will absolutely work. Zephyriel does an insane amount of damage, so you're going to have the ability to cheese a lot of the damage back if you're running it with a burst team. I honestly think new hero might be Awakened Thorin or Grez. So, Birchie, a lot of players have said, and I don't know yet, but we know we have Awakened Taylene. A lot of players have said the next Awakened hero, based on what Dolly was talking about with the Graveborn hero, is Chimera. I would love to see an Awakened Chimera. Many of you know Chimera and Brutus were the very best, highest, most popular heroes in AFK Arena. When Brutus had his immunity, he was an absolute monster to destroy. Chimera would carry you through the entire game. Now Chimera is so far back. If they did Awakened Chimera, it would be absolutely crazy to see a hero like Chimera being awakened. And if we could use the skin on an awakened hero, because they really did well. I mean, I love how this looks. I love the backdrop story they did. Having Frampton in there, having a star in there, having Taylene in there. I like how they did the background story. I really feel like they need to do it to some of the other heroes. Maybe in the situation like, Chimera, Damon, and Naru together, that when Damon died, Chimera went crazy, got awakened, whatever it may be. That's my thought. I would love to see some of the heroes like that, like Chimera awakened. And a lot of players have also said, when you look at, heroes like Kaz, when you look at Almas, when you look at Belinda, when you look at a lot of the heroes that are not utilized within really any aspects of AFK Arena anymore, Thane, Baden are heroes that are very possibly heroes that are going to awaken. I would love to see an awakened Baden. I think that would be kind of crazy. His war with Thane and all of that. Now he is an awakened hero and can destroy Thane or whatever. However they kind of spin the story. But Lilith does an amazing way, guys, to go ahead and change up a couple of the heroes. Yeah, Mizoth, again, a lot of the tanks do not work very well. Even when you look at Taylene right here, guys, Awakened Taylene and level deficiencies doesn't work. That's honestly, when you start getting into this, the Dur's Fortitude, the tanking class, it does not work. The tanks cannot survive. The tanks absolutely get run over, where either if a tank has immunity or the team has crowd control, you will win. If you have a tank, even with her rebirth effect where she comes back to life, most of the time it will not work. I am right alongside with you, Trisha. I want the Awakened Almas. I think this would be absolutely crazy where if you look at the Tailene, you know, the burning trees, the fire, things of that nature, made Almas mad, and Almas got a little bit crazy. Am I late? Yes, a little bit late. We're about an hour into the stream, guys, but I would love to see Almas as well. Him, my favorite, especially with Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. Very, very cool to see. All right, guys, so that will do it for today's stream, 39-20. So we went through 18 stages today. Again, I am going to make progression on this. I'm going to record it all. I'm going to put it up as a video. So throughout the week, we can make some more progression into 39. I would love to get through 39, guys, to continue to build out the Misty Valley rewards and also get into chapter 40, which again, this is content that we've never seen or that I've never been to. I went ahead, I got all of this ready, guys. Look at that, 450 of your cores. We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 55 red chests, which I love. 2 3-tier stones, Scarlet in there, 3 of our elite stones, and I would love to open this one as well to pick up those Stargazer cards. So we need to finish this before it ends in 22 days so we can pick up some more Stargazer cards. Then, of course, this loot, Twisted Essence, is pretty good, but then here, just another tier stone. I wanted this last box, and a lot of players have said this. A lot of players wanted the last box to be Celestials and Hypogeans, which I don't know if Lilith would go that far, but you're talking in what? This is 40, 30, or no, 39, 40, 41. If chapter 41, this was Celestial or Hypogean choice, I think that would be absolutely insane to see, but it would be very cool indeed. All right, guys, so again, that will do it for our stream for tonight, or for today. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm off to the birthday party pretty soon. Again, guys, if you're not, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, we're trying to hit our 30,000 subscribers. We're going to do another giveaway. We did a pretty big one last time. It's just going to get bigger and bigger as we continue to get through AFK Arena. We are already almost 23,000 subscribers through. In a lot of the videos, guys, check out the shorts. They are requested from AFK Arena. It's very cool. We're actually doing, you know, conversation, and we're doing a challenge, guys. Now, if you guys stay to the end of this video, all 130 of you, we are actually doing a content creator challenge. So next Friday, we are going to be starting a brand new account on a server with a very strict rule set that we have to follow. And there is going to be rewards for us for this content creator challenge. They're actually finishing out the details for it right now. So again, it's going to be interesting. So if a lot of the viewers want to kind of just join us as a fun side project to do, we're going to do, you know, like a race to chapter 16. Whoever hits chapter 16 first is going to pick out which hero the rest of us are going to be able to stargaze for. So there's going to be, again, a lot of unique kind of twists and turns in there that they're kind of coming up with, and a couple of the content creators are coming up with some of that as well. So we got another new sub, Mazano. Thank you for subbing to the channel. Again, guys, have a great Sunday or Monday, depending where you're at. We have some more AFK shorts coming up. We have a couple more videos. I expect patch notes to be up on the test server probably tomorrow, which means there will be an announcement for a new, I'm assuming, Graveborn hero at this point. But also remember, with Tailene coming around Christmas, we are a little over a month into, you know, going towards 2 months for our Awakened Tailene. Every 2 to 3 months, they said that we are going to have a new Awakened hero. So I'm thinking within probably the next 30 days, we are going to have another Awakened hero, which is the reason I am saving my cards. So what's going to happen is if the new Awakened hero doesn't look too good, I am going to spend all of my Temple of Time cards on Tailene, so we can go ahead and build her out. I've been buying them every single day and will continue to buy them every single day. And I also do get them out of the chest. So I know before we weren't spending any money on the account. The only thing that we're buying, guys, the one and only thing that we're actually picking up is, which we actually got a little bit more for Scarlet, but the only thing we're picking up are these. 27 days on both of these guys. We are not getting anything else. We picked up Baba Yaga, which was just the dimensional. I do not want to spend and save resources for her. But this is it. So 20 bucks a month, I'm more than happy with. Again, the donations we get in here is what kind of pays for this account. All of the views, all of the likes, all of the subscriptions, everything goes into what we put into AFK Arena, which makes it the game that it is. So again, guys, thank you guys for joining me for the stream. Absolutely love it. Off to my nephew's birthday. And as always, guys, thank you guys for watching.